Hi everybody, welcome to PinkyTech. I'm Joe, and today we're going to talk about the dirty secret that the PC component industry does not want you to know. And that is, quite frankly, you don't have to be on the latest gen of technology to have a great gaming PC. Now, who doesn't love a brand new PC component? But realistically speaking, if you're looking at generation over generation improvements, typically you're only talking about 5 to 10%. And if you're already rocking up at 100 FPS, your 5%, 10% is about 5 or 10 FPS. And while it looks good on paper and seeing the benchmark charts go everywhere, realistically speaking, it's not actually going to change your gaming experience. But Pinky, the new hardware is more better, and the new stuff always costs more than the old stuff. And yeah, you're not wrong, but is it actually changing your gaming experience? You never know. I mean, if you're on a 3570 from Intel 3rd Gen or something like that, yeah, it's probably going to make a difference if you go to the 7600 or even the 5600. Once again, I'm not saying the hardware is not better. I'm just saying there is better value buying the last generation than the current generation. So instead of running out and buying year-over-year upgrades or building on the very latest technology, you can save a ton of money by purchasing the last gen. And no, I'm not talking about used PC components. I'm just talking about the previous generation of PC components. But don't you want to future-proof your system? Yeah, look here, that's really just a myth. At any point, the manufacturers can change their mind on an architecture or do something else, and you're basically left holding the bag for a bunch of features that you paid for that you'd never get to actually use. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, the 4090 is faster than the 3090, and the 7600 is faster than the 5600, and you're absolutely correct, and that is 100% true. However, you're still going to get a great gaming PC whether you're using either of those processors or, God forbid, you're using a 4090 for gaming. God bless you and your wallet, but yeah, that's a lot of gaming. Nonetheless, to prove my point, I have went and built a PC that is, well, it's more than a generation old. This is a Ryzen 5 5600 on a B450 motherboard, 16 gigs of DDR4 3200 megahertz RAM, and a GTX 1060 from Gigabyte. Now, this was a top of the line, well, this was a middle of the road gaming PC back in 2019. The GTX 1060 is a great card. It has 6 gigs of VRAM in it. It was basically the king of the Steam hardware survey for forever. It's been a long time. It was just recently actually dethroned. But it's a middle-of-the-road gaming PC back in 2019. And I'm going to show you just how much fun you can have on this still. So roll the benchmarks. I got to go hit the button. There's no one else here. Okay, so would I recommend you going 2 generations back to get hardware? No, probably not. Typically speaking, there's not a whole lot of price difference between 2 generations back and 1 generation back versus current gen. There's obviously a significant price increase. That being said, let's take a look at the Ryzen 5 5600 just so we can kind of look at a system and the costs around that versus the 7600, which is the latest generation, to further highlight the point of the price differences between the two. All right, so starting with the Ryzen 5 5600, we've got a price on Newegg at about $150. It does come with the game, which those deals come and go, so I usually don't include them in any kind of pricing. So if you build a similar system around a Ryzen 5 5600, you'd probably be looking at $750, somewhere around there. Because keep in mind, you can do a B550 motherboard, you can still do DDR4 RAM, and you can save price on all that stuff. Now jumping over to the Ryzen 5 7600, as you can see, that one is about $229, which is about $80 difference between the two. Sorry, math wasn't mathing for me there. But you got another 80 bucks. On top of that, you're going to have to go with DDR5 RAM, so that's going to be more expensive. And yeah, it's going to add up quickly. Now, all that being said, if you are looking to build a new gaming PC, I have an example build and some affiliate links down below. They help out the channel, don't cost you anything. I am looking forward to seeing exactly how wrong I am by seeing all of you guys in the comments, or better yet, hop over to the PinkyTech Discord server. I literally built it for you guys to come in and tell me how wrong I am and then leave before I get the chance to actually respond to anything. If you thought this video had value, hit the subscribe button or at least consider it. Hit the like button for the algorithm. And as always, guys, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video.